What's going on, all you Minties? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition, and join me today for our monthly budget meeting. That's right, we're going to be looking at the collected editions coming out in December of 2021. So, let's go ahead and get started. That's right, it is that time of the month again. Time to empty those wallets and fill those shelves. And this is the last month of the year, so 2021. Usually things happen to slow down during this month with collected edition, especially that last week. However, because of the shift in the schedule of these books, some of them have moved into December. So that is also one thing to always keep in mind, is that the dates of these books might change. So just because I saw them as early as this morning when I made this video in the catalog, and anything can happen, whether it's delay from the printers, delay from the docks, or delay from the distribution centers. Anything can still happen, so always keep that in mind. But let's be hopeful. So yes, last month of the year. Before getting started, please don't forget to smash that like button. That is a very small thing you can do, but it means the world to us. It helps with our YouTube algorithm and others find this channel. So let's go ahead and get started with the week of December 8th. Now keep in mind, that's the other thing I was going to say, depending on where you get your books, sometimes they come out on Tuesday, sometimes they come out on Wednesday. So I'm just playing it safe and keeping it to the Wednesday date that most comic book stores put these books up on sale for. From Marvel Comics, we have Beta Ray Bill, Argent Star. This is written and drawn by the phenomenal Daniel Warren Johnson. And this right here collects all 5 issues of that miniseries, and one that I cannot wait to read. Actually, it's in my reading pile this weekend. Daredevil by Charles Soule, Omnibus. Now, keep in mind that only the Lopez cover, so the direct market cover, is coming out this week. The standard edition cover will be out sometime later on in the month of December. So if you do get your books from places like Amazon, they don't have this cover. This is only available from the retailers, like places like cheapgraphicnovels.com, Die and Breed Collectors, Organic Price Books, Tales of Wonder, your local comic book shop. That's the places that will have this particular cover. Fantastic Four, Fate of the Four is coming out. One that I can't wait to talk about. Drawn by Chip Zdarsky. You also have artwork in here by Jim Chung and Paul Renaud. And collecting Marvel 2-in-1, 1 through 12, and Annual Number 1. This is the stories that take place before the Fantastic Four by Dan Slott run. So keep that in mind if you're a completist and you need to know everything that happened with the Fantastic Four while the book was on hiatus. Immortal Hulk, Volume 10, Hell and Death, is coming out. And I want to say that this concludes the Al Ewing run. This collects issues 46 through 50 of Al Ewing's run on Immortal Hulk. And no, I don't know if there's going to be an omnibus. I know people love asking me that every time I talk about Immortal Hulk, but I really don't know. Jessica Jones, Alias Omnibus, both the direct market cover and the standard edition cover are due out this same week. And the standard edition cover is the one that was released with the previous edition. So here we have Jessica Jones. This is the 3rd printing, but it is now called Jessica Jones Alias. It's not just called the Alias Omnibus. Collecting Alias 1 through 28, and What If Jessica Jones Had Joined the Avengers by Brian Michael Bendis, and 99% of the artwork in here by Michael Gaydos. And I've done an overview of this, an advanced overview on the channel if you want to check that out. We also have Reptile coming out in a graphic novel format. My goodness, I always forget the name of the show that he first appeared in. But this collects the miniseries Reptile 1 through 4 and Avengers The Initiative featuring Reptile. And if you've not read Avengers Academy and Avengers The Initiative, you're really missing out on some amazing stories. Like, I love The Initiative and Academy. Both of them are great, and Reptile was part of that. Superhero Squad? I think that's where he first appeared. He was from the cartoon, and then he came over into the Marvel Comics. Silk, Out of the Spider-Verse, Volume 3. This concludes the Silk Complete Collections, even though they're not called Complete Collections. Robbie Thompson, Stacey Lee, Tana Ford, and Helen Chen doing some of the work in here. Collecting Silk, the 2015 B-Side series, 9 through 19. So this book is 248 pages. Star Wars High Republic, Volume 2 Maddie just did a haul the other day on the channel, and she is so excited about this particular book. This has been one of her favorite series. This is the new Star Wars series of the High Republic, and this is the follow-up. This is Volume 2, The Heart of Drengir. I think I can pronounce that if I roll my Latino tongue. Collecting issues 6 through 10 of Star Wars The High Republic. Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters Companion. So not to be confused, I did an overview or an advanced look at this Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters trade paperback. This is the companion. So this collects stuff that was not in there. So this collects War of the Bounty Hunters, Jabba the Hutt, Forlom, and Suckus, and Bosch, and IG-88. So it's the other bounty hunters from the Star Wars universe that are featured in this particular collection. X-Men From the Ashes is getting a new trade paperback edition. This is the new printing that collects issues 168 to 176, so you'll even get the aftermath of 175 in there. Chris Claremont, Paul Smith, John Romita Jr. drawing that issue 176. A classic amongst classics. Now, one of the questions I had when I announced this a few months ago was, why are they doing this instead of an Epic collection? Because this is a reprint of a trade paperback they had previously done. Actually, this is one of the oldest X-Men trade paperbacks outside of the Dark Phoenix saga. So it's just easy to rescan those files and set it to print. That's pretty much the secret behind why they probably did this. And probably because it features a lot of the character of Madeline Pryor, who is heavy in the X titles right now. And I'm sure we will get, rest assured, an Epic collection someday. X-Men Inferno Prologue Omnibus. I've done an overview on the channel if you want to check that out. But a book that I am highly anticipating for people to get their hands on. From DC Comics, we have Batman Urban Legends Volume 1. Say No More, Chip Zdarsky. This is in, I want to say, based on the price point of $29 or $24. No, this is a trade paperback, sorry. I thought it was a hardcover. So this collects Batman Urban Legends 1 through 6, $24.99. Matthew Rosenberg, Chip Zdarsky, Ryan Benjamin doing the artwork, as well as Eddie Barrows. So some damn good talent there. The Saga of Swamp Thing box set finally has a date, and it is that week of December 7th. Collecting the entire run of Swamp Thing. And I will be getting this box set, probably end up giving it away sometime because I have the absolutes and the hardcovers. But I want to answer the question if this is the original coloring or if it's the new coloring. I think it's going to be the original coloring, but that's just me. This is all in trade paperback format. It's $120. But a lot of my viewers have been wanting to see this. So this collects the entirety of Alan Moore's run on Swamp Thing. And speaking of Swamp Thing Volume 1 Becoming. This is Ram V's new series, collecting Future State Swamp Thing 1 and 2 and Swamp Thing 1 through 4. And you have artwork in there by Mike Perkins. From manga, from the world of manga, we have Akira Toriyama's Manga Theater in hardcover format. So I'm so glad that they're releasing those in hardcover format. Emma, Dreams of Stars is coming out. Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Edition, Volume 15, the final hardcover to wrap up that series. I almost want to put money on that because I think there were 27 volumes of the original Tankobon. I want to say, if I did the math right, that should be the final volume. I'm not a math major, so I'm probably wrong. Rosenblood, Volume 1 is coming out. That looks really interesting. Superwomen in Love, Honey Trap and Rabbit, Volume 3. Superwomen in Love, my goodness. Young ladies don't play fighting games. Let me tell you something. If young ladies don't play fighting games, you don't lock it down. Same thing with young men. Don't trust anybody that doesn't play fighting games. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that. All right. From other publishers, we have the Umbrella Academy box set collecting Apocalypse Suite, Dallas, and Hotel Oblivion all in one box set. It is trade paperback, so keep that in mind. But you do have a new design on the box set for that particular collection. Evil Dead 40th Anniversary Edition. This is really interesting. Okay, so this collects Evil Dead 1 through 4 and the only officially authorized expansion of the horror classic film. So the Dynamite released a book. There were a set of Omnis of Ash, but they were Army of Darkness. So I assume it's one of these things that Evil Dead rights fall into a particular. But no, I want to say John Bolton's. Yeah, this Evil Dead had been previously collected in the Dynamite Evil Dead Omnis, or Ash Omnis rather. So that's pretty interesting that now Dark Horse is releasing this too. We're also getting The House by Philip Zevi and Drew Sucker, and The True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. This is California, the deluxe edition. So this is a reprint of the original series, the slipcase. $79.99. Halo graphic novel. This has stuff in here by Simon Beasley, Jay Farber, Ed Lee, Andrew Robinson. And Hellboy Universe Essentials, BPRD. So this is coming out in softcover format. And this is something that Dark Horse tends to do, is release something in, well, thin trade paperbacks and then oversized hardcover formats. But this is now relabeled as Hellboy Universe Essentials BPRD. However, it just collects BPRD Plague of Frogs 1 through 5. So if you have the BPRD Plague of Frogs collection, the 4-volume set, hey, I just did a reading order, so that should help you, or the softcover collections, you already have the stuff in there. Unless for some reason there's a new series called Plague of Frogs, but I doubt that. I'm not that out of the loop on it. We have The Dark also coming in from Dark Horse. And we have Commanders in Crisis, Volume 2. This is coming out from Image Comics. So Commanders in Crisis is coming out. This is a series by Steve Orlando, and David Tinto is the artist on there. And also from Image Comics, we're getting Mom, Uncanny Omar Talk Pretty One Day, Mother, what is this series? This is Mother of Madness. Sorry, I was captivated by that cover. What the hell's going on there? Emilia Clarke? Oh! Mother of Dragons! The series is called Mom. Maybe I should interview her for the show and ask her how she's doing. How's it going, Mother of Dragons? What's up? Anyway, Marjorie Bennett is also co-writing this. Also, a famous writer I would like to interview. Leela Lace. I'm not familiar with her artwork, but if you're not familiar with Marjorie Bennett, when I mentioned her, she did DC Bombshells and Animosity, which is a great series. And Joe Ratcliffe is doing the covers. So this is the series by Emilia Clarke, the Mother of Dragons. All right. And this is also, I just mentioned Animosity, but this is where Animosity, the week that it's being pushed back on. So whenever I do my top 10 essential buys or must-reads or recommended buys, that was on last month, so keep that in mind when I do my top 10 that will come out this Sunday. And also on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when I have the president of Dynamite Comics with me, Nick, he is joining me to do something new to the channel that he wanted to throw my way. We're going to have a sale/auction of collected editions, so trade paperbacks, hardcovers, Epic Collections, Marvel, DC, not just Dynamite stuff. He's going to be giving away some free stuff, so tune in to that. That is this Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time after I do my top 10. So back to the list. Snake Eyes Dead Game is coming out, and that is the Rob Liefeld series from IDW. Golden Age Volume 2. The follow-up to was it last year when? I thought Golden Age came out maybe at the beginning of this year. Black Powder Bloody Frontier Adventures coming out. This is published by Asylum Press. Dwayne Harris is both the artist, cover artist, and the writer on this particular book. For some reason, it just reminded me of that Gina Davis pirate movie with Kurt Russell. What the hell was that called? Anyway, where was I? Carbon Silicon is coming out in hardcover format. And this looks really interesting. This is published by Magnetic Press. But the reason that it looks interesting is because of that cover. I knew I recognized that artwork. And that is Matthew Bablé, who I think it was one of my hidden gems. And if I haven't done a hidden gem on the book, I need to. he did a book that was published by Titan Comics a few years ago that I really enjoyed, and completely a hidden gem. Coming back is coming out in hardcover and in softcover format, and this is published by Random House Publishing. So they're still publishing their books, and they're not only a distribution center, but they're also publishing books themselves. And they've done that for a long time. They used to do manga before Kodansha got the rights back. They were part of the Del Rey logo. Luna trade paperback is coming out that same week, published by Boom Studios, and it's written by Maria Lovett, who is also the artist on the book. And Mighty Morphin Volume 3, also from Boom Studios, is coming out that week. And from Magnetic Press, we're getting Wall. And man, Magnetic Press just knows how to freaking suck me in with these covers. That is gorgeous. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Sean Murphy's artwork. Moving on to the week of December 15th from Marvel Comics, we have Deadpool Epic Collection, The Circle Chase. And I will be doing an advanced overview of these. I usually do the advanced look at these books every Tuesday morning. So if you make sure you're subscribed to the channel to check those out. Collecting New Mutants number 98, his first appearance. X-Force number 2, 11 and 15. Nomad number 4, so glad they collected that in there. Deadpool The Circle Chase 1 through 4. Secret Defenders 15 through 17. Deadpool 1 through 4. Material from Avengers 366, Silver Sable, and the Wild Pack 23. So you get the first two series of Deadpool, the two miniseries. One written by Fabian Nicieza, drawn by, of course, the phenomenal Joe Madureira, and inks were by Harry Candelario, if I remember correctly. And the follow-up to that was Mark Waid and Ian Churchill and Ken Lashley helping him out. So you get both of the miniseries in that particular Epic Collection. And also from Marvel Comics that same week, Marvel vs. Thor graphic novel. This is the smaller scale books, geared more towards new readers, so people that are not familiar with these characters. Collecting Thor, The Mighty Avengers 1 and 2, Marvel Adventures Superhero 7, Thor, Crown of Fools, Thor, Where Walks the Frost Giants, and material from Marvel Adventures Superheroes number 19. So some of it is in canon, and some of it is its own little continuity, whether it's the cartoon continuity or just one-offs and one-shots that they've done over the years. Reign of X is coming out that same week. Reign of X Volume 7. So this collects, as of this video, X-Force 18 and 19, Children of the Atom number 2, New Mutants 16 and 17, and Cable number 9. Whenever I do my overviews, I always like to double check that is exactly what is coming out, because sometimes in the solicitations they have the wrong thing in there. We also are getting Star Wars Dr. Aphra War of the Bounty Hunters. So remember when I said that War of the Bounty Hunters was going to be a crossover event, and it's going to be found in all of the different types of Star Wars books that are coming out? Well, now we've hit Dr. Aphra. So this collects Dr. Aphra, the new series, 11 through 15. This is the series that's written by Alyssa Wong. And Minkyu Jung is doing the artwork for this particular series. Thor by Donny Cates, Volume 3. So you have Aaron Cooter joining Donny Cates for this particular series. And that covers by Oliver Coppel, I believe. Collecting 15 through 18 of the Thor 2020 series, as well as the very first annual. X-Men Hellfire Gala Carpet Collection, the Red Carpet Collection. I will be doing an advanced look at this probably as early as this Monday coming out. Collecting X-Men 21, this is the new Dawn of X or Reign of X era, by the way. Marauders 21, Excalibur 21, X-Force 20, New Mutants 19, X-Factor 10, Hellions number 12, Sword number 6, Way of X 3, X-Cord 2, Wolverine 13, Planet-Size X-Men 1, material from Classic X-Men number 7, the Hellfire Gala Guide, and that was that the Tessa story in Classic X-Men? The X-Men are, this is all the big event, and it's in oversized hardcover format. I'll probably get the astonishing Melanie to join me for that particular video, because she did such a damn good job with her own overview of, what was it that she did? Oh, Absolute All-Star Superman. From DC Comics that same week, we have Harley Quinn Volume 1, No Good Deed. This is a hardcover collection by Stephanie Nicole Phillips and Riley Rosmo. And you have Gene Haas applying the artwork. So this collects Batman Urban Legends 1, which, hey, that's getting a trade paperback, and Harley Quinn 1 through 6. And also, we're getting Nightwing. This is the new Tom Taylor series, illustrated by Bruno Redondo. So Nightwing is also coming out that same week. And we're finally... I almost got him confused with Tom Taylor, but this is Tom King's Rorschach. And Rorschach is coming out in hardcover format based on the price, $34.99, 312 pages. I'm assuming that this is the 12-issue maxi series, that this is only collected in standard edition. It's part of the Black Label line, so maybe not in continuity. No, it's not in continuity. I think it's out of continuity. But Tom King is busy that week because we're also getting Strange Adventures. This is the hardcover format and collecting all 12 issues of that very same week. So I want to say, based on the trim size that we're looking at right now, it looks to be standard. Both of these look to be standard size hardcovers. I know it's not a deal breaker for some people, but some people like and prefer the oversized hardcover format, and I don't blame you. Wonder Woman Afterworlds is coming out in trade paperback. This is Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad, and collecting Wonder Woman. Well, we're back to the legacy numbers of 770 to 779. From the world of manga, we have In Another World with My Smartphone, Volume 4. It is so weird how isekai has changed over the years. How I think Vision of Escaflowne or Magic Knight Ray Earth. And now people have cell phones that are... How are you going to have your signal? Anyway, these are questions that I'm sure are answered and discussed within the book. I'm not here to judge. I just thought that was an interesting title. Kamen Rider, Classic Manga Collection Hardcover. So we're getting Kamen Rider, or what I think he was called Masked Rider here in America, coming out in hardcover collection for the very first time in America. That's awesome. Kirby Manga Mania, Volume 3. This is one that my youngest and I bond over. We love reading this type of manga. She read Animal Crossing. She read the first volume of this. We did an overview on the channel of the first volume. So I can't wait to get that. Might as well cheat. Volume 1. I mean, might as well. A dude in the background, like, what? Who's going? Anyway, I ain't here to judge. Whatever. Sui and Tai-chan, Volume 4. Another one that my youngest and I really enjoy. Teasing Master Takagi-san, Volume 12. I'm not sure what this is about, but I love that cover. Love the use of watercolors on that cover. And Who Wants to Marry a Billionaire, Volume 1. Who's the billionaire on the picture? Because... it's a billionaire. I'd do it. Doesn't matter who the billionaire is. But I really hope it's that lady in red. And from other publishers, Frank Miller's Sin City Volume 2, A Dame for a Kill, is coming out. And this is then the deluxe edition. I did an overview of the very first volume on the channel if you want to check that out. But that is coming out that week. And Garbage Man is coming out that week as well from Dark Horse Comics. And Garbage Man looks... The name that stuck out to me was Aaron Lopresti, who's an artist who did a lot of work for DC Comics, did a lot of work for Marvel Comics, and I really enjoy his work. So this is his new book, I guess, published by Dark Horse Comics, and it's written by him, but not drawn by him. Alright, Matt Ryan looks to be the main artist on that particular title. She Could Fly, Volume 3, Fight or Flight. Good question. Clem Robbins, Christopher Cantwell. Whoa, wait a minute. Christopher Cantwell. You had me there. I really enjoyed his Doom, and I'm digging his Iron Man. And Immortals Phoenix Rising from Great Beginnings. I want to say that this looks like... honestly, I thought it was Kid Icarus on the cover, but it's not. And is this based on a book series? I just assume. But it's written by Ben Kahn and published by Giorgio Brooks. So I don't know what this is, but that cover kind of reminded me of Kid Icarus, which is why it stood out. The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Volume 4, The Tempest, is coming out from IDW Publishing. So this is the stuff that's not collected in the Omnibus. So if you go back to the channel, Tempest is not collected in there because this was published at the time by somebody else. I think it was it America? No, that was before the Wildstorm stuff. So this is the 4th volume that's not published in there. It's been available in a box set as well as a hardcover edition if you want to try to find them that route. But it has not been published in that omnibus edition. Siphon is coming out from Image Comics. This is by Patrick Meany and Mohsen Ashraf. Jeff Edwards doing some of the covers and artwork inside. Collecting the first 3 issues of Siphon. Leon Notes on a Life is also coming out from Image Comics. A true story in the tradition of American immigrant narratives as American-born Chinese and the best we could do. Both of them are amazing stories if you've not read them. But this is infused with jazz music. This is by who's Carmine Di Giandomenico and Francisco Colafella. All right, I've not heard of that book, but it looks interesting. Old Guard is coming back out. Tales Through Time. So more of this Greg Rucka series. If you've not seen the, was it the Netflix? There was a Netflix series that came out. Or no, it was a movie. And this is the follow-up to this. So this would be volume 3, if I'm not mistaken. So this collects the Old Guard, Tales Through Time, 1 through 6. So, okay, so this is a mini-series. But written by Greg Rucka as well as others. Saga is getting a box set. So the Saga box set is coming out that same week. If you want to catch up with the world of Saga, this might be the best, more affordable way. Although the 3 hardcovers, you know, they said those would be evergreen and be about the same price. So there's a series of 9 trade paperbacks. These are all trade paperbacks, but in a nice box set. And it features, I think that's new artwork by Fiona Staples, if I'm not mistaken. And Spawn Compendium Volume 2 is finally coming out that week, collecting issues 51 through 100 of the Spawn Classic Series. Power Rangers Volume 3 from Boom Studios, also coming out that same week. And A Man's Skin from Ablaze Studios is coming out. This is a graphic novel. I don't know what this is about, but the artwork, that cover really got my attention. So this is by Hubert and Zanzim. It's a fairy tale about love. I may have to check that out. I like to find sometimes these stories that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, but it looks really, the cover looks interesting. Babylon from Fantagraphics is coming out that same week. This is the trade paperback edition of Tommy Ungerer's Babylon. No idea what this is, but I think it's a satire based on things that I remember reading before. Let's see if I can find something. 1970s to 80s satire work. Okay. So if you've read it, please let me know in the comments down below. Few and the Cursed Crows of Mana Olana by Felipe Cagno and Fabiano Neves. Ooh, Neves' artwork's in here. So this collects volume 1 of this series from Clover Press. I don't know what this is, but I dig that cover. I have to censor this particular cover because none but naked ladies here. But Hanging on a Thread. It's by Black Panel Press. It's a book I've never heard of, but it's a serious book. So I didn't mean to downplay it when I said it, but I did have to cover up for the. Otherwise, YouTube's gonna freaking mark my video because there's nudity. So this is about an 18-year-old girl who is fighting cancer. And this is all in the backdrop of Beirut. So, yeah, it looks like a tough read. So I'll definitely be checking that out for sure. And then we're also getting from Ablaze Studios, J.P. Roth's Ancient Dreams. This is in trade paperback format. So this is a series that was originally coming out in 2012 by J.P. Roth and Mike Crome. Now, before going to week 3, don't forget to check out our sponsor for this video. If you live in Europe and are interested in pre-ordering or purchasing Omnis, then you should definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices for Marvel and DC big books within the EU, Flat shipping of €9.90 for EU countries. Extremely careful and sturdy packaging. Emails are answered within 24 hours. And they have a superb selection of new releases and out-of-print books on their website. Just head over to waltzcomicshop.com for more great deals and rare titles. And for a limited time, you can use the code Near Mint Condition, all one word, at the checkout for free shipping to all EU countries with your first order. Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for Omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. And kicking off the third week of December 22nd from Marvel Comics, we have Doctor Strange Epic Collection, A Separate Reality. It's getting a reprint. So, collecting Doctor Strange 180 to 183, Submariner 22, Incredible Hulk 126, Marvel Feature number 1, Marvel Premiere 3 through 14, and the 1974 first 5 issues of Doctor Strange. And we're also going to get the Marvel Masterworks Spectacular Spider-Man coming out that very same week. So this collects Spectacular Spider-Man issues 43 through 55, as well as annual number 2. So you got Uncle Raj in there writing a lot of the stories, as well as Mary Severin and Jim Mooney. Then you have that cover there by Frank Miller. Both the direct market cover and their standard edition cover will be released that very same day. Star Wars Darth Vader Volume 3. This is the Greg Pak series. So collecting issues 12 through 17 of the most recent Star Wars Darth Vader series, and this is going to cross over with the War of the Bounty Hunters. Hence the full title, Star Wars Darth Vader by Greg Pak Volume 3, War of the Bounty Hunters. Woo! Mouthful. And speaking of Star Wars Darth Vader, this is when we're going to get Star Wars Darth Vader by Charles Soule Omnibus. Both covers will be available on the same day. And collecting issues 1 through 25 of the series, as well as annual number 2. And Thor Epic Collection Ulik Unchained. This is the latest Thor Epic Collection, and this collects Thor 217 to 241, Marvel Premiere number 26, and material from Marvel Treasury Edition number 3, and Giant Size Thor number 1. And Venom Epic Collection. So we're not done with Epic Collections. 3 Epic Collections coming out that week. Venom Epic Collection Lethal Protector. So collecting Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 361 to 363. That's the first appearance of Carnage, 374. Spider-Man The Trial of Venom, Web of Spider-Man 95 through 96. Ghost Rider Blaze, Spirits of Venom is going to be in here. Spirits of Vengeance 5 through 6. Venom Lethal Protector 1 through 6, the miniseries, plus material from Marvel Comics Presents 117 and 122, Amazing Spider-Man 373 and 375. So if you have the very first Venomnibus, that's what's collected in there, in case you don't want to double dip. And from DC Comics, we have Green Lantern Invictus. This is the new series by Jeffrey Thorne, and it's drawn by Tom Rainey. This collects issues of Future State, Green Lantern 1 and 2, as well as Green Lantern 1 through 4. Fables. What the hell is wrong with me? Fables Compendium Volume 4. It's coming out that week. Still states that it collects issues 149 or 114 and 149, but it's corrected in the catalog, and that is 150. So it does collect the remaining issues of Fables. $59.99, 928 pages, and wrapping up Fables. And then later on next year, we're going to get the Fables box set coming out. From the world of manga, we got Cat Massage Therapy Volume 1. I'd go for some Cat Massage Therapy. Deserter. This is the Junji Ito story. It's coming out in hardcover collection. And speaking of hardcover, getting another one of the Fist of the North Stars hardcovers. Volume 3 is coming out. Hero Laugh's Path of Vengeance, second time graphic novel. No idea what this is, but I chose it because of that title. This is by Kizuka Nero and Yomo Yomoya. And even though that says not final cover, I kind of dug that cover. Kind of reminded me of those goofy 90s anime I used to watch. Kingdom Hearts, the complete novel collector's edition box set. This is a beautiful box set. Keep in mind, it is the light novels, not the manga, but it is absolutely stunning. And speaking of stunning, Maison Ikkoku continues in collector's edition with Volume 6. So Volume 6 of Maison Ikkoku is coming out. Kagaster, Volumes 1 through 6, all of them are coming out in the same day. So that's pretty cool. It's not a box set. It's all of them will be released that same day. This is all printed by Ablaze, who's been really putting out a lot of stuff lately. So this is all 6 volumes in one collected set. Again, not a collector's edition box set for that price I thought it was, for $59.99, but it's just all 6 volumes that you can get all at once. God of War, Volume 2, Fallen God is coming out from Dark Horse Studios. Dan Jackson, Tony Parker, and Chris Robertson working on that particular title. And we also get Firefly, New Sheriff in the Verse trade paperback. And speaking of trade paperbacks, we got a lot coming out from Image Comics. We have Philadelphia, Volume 3. So this collects Rodney Barnes' latest issues 13 through 18, and Part 2 of the Werewolf tie-in story, Elysium Gardens. And $16.99. And I need to pick that first volume. I haven't read Philadelphia yet. So if you've read it, let me know what you think about Philadelphia. Moonshine, Volume 5. Now, I did like the first issue of the first volume of Moonshine. It's Brian Azzarello, Eduardo Rizzo. No talk yet of a hardcover edition, but this is Volume 5, the latest volume. Issues 23 through 28 are collected in that particular volume. Post Americana is coming out from Image Comics. This is Steve Skroce and Dave Stewart. So Skroce is both writing and drawing, and of course you have Dave Stewart doing the colors. So this is the same artist that did X-Man. He's the same guy that did the storyboards for The Matrix, and then came back. He did We Stand on Guard with Brian K. Vaughan, and this is his own book. So I don't know what this is about, but look, it's Steve Skroce. I love his artwork, so I will definitely be checking that out. Brink is coming out from Rebellion 2000 AD. This is Volume 4. This is Dan Abnett. So I'm glad that they're starting to put out more and more Rebellion 2000 AD stuff. By the way, I will be doing my overview. I'm going to try to sneak it into December of my latest Judge Dredd reads, but it might be January. It might be the first of the year. Beat Quest is coming out in trade paperback format, and that is published by Aftershock Comics. I don't know what it is, but love that cover. This is written by Tim Seeley. Crap, that's why I love that cover. It's Freddie Williams III. I love this artwork ever since he was working on Robin. And I added another number. It's only Freddie Williams II. I don't know why. I think I've been doing that for a long time. But he's also the artist that did the Batman TMNT series, the miniseries. So this is all 4 issues of his volume by Tim Seeley, who I really enjoyed. He did Brilliant Trash. He did some work on Nightwing. And then Hack and Slash, and then Freddie Williams II, who, like I said, did Batman Ninja Turtles. He did He-Man and Thundercats and Robin. So really like his art, and I'm glad that they're publishing more independent stuff. And this is over at Aftershock. And then from 21 Pulp, we're getting the Black Sun hardcover. This is by Fabio Cicchio. I don't know what it is, but I love that cover. Very simple, but sometimes that's all it takes for me to get hooked into a cover. And speaking of Team Seeley, you have to forgive me. I've had a sick kid with a stomach bug, and we stayed up with her. Oh, my goodness. So I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing things more than normal. Like, Uncanny Omar is not talking pretty at all today, but I wanted to make sure I got the video out. Bloodshot is what I was talking about by Tim Seeley, Volume 1. Did I mispronounce his damn name again? Tim Seeley. Come on, keep it together. We're almost done with this. Tim Seeley, Volume 1, is coming out in a hardcover collection from Valiant. And Treasury of British Comics, Tom Patterson Collection, hardcover edition. This is also from 2000 AD Rebellion Publishing. And the last week of the month, December 29th, the last week of the year for comics and collected editions, Marvel's swinging big, man, because this is usually when they put out like 1 or 2 books. But both Marvel and a bunch of other publishers are putting out a lot of stuff. Probably catching up, like I mentioned. So, kicking off the week is Amazing Spider-Man Epic Collection, Spider-Man No More. This is the latest printing of this particular book. This collects Amazing Spider-Man 39 through 52. The annuals 3 and 4, and then material from Not Brand Ek, Volume 2. We're also going to get Champions Volume 2, Killer App. So this is the series by, was it Zeb Wells that's been writing this series? Collecting issues 6 through 10 of Champions. But I really love that artwork by Luciano Vecchio. I thought his art was so good in that particular series, in the first volume. Star Wars Volume 3, War of the Bounty Hunters. So we are going to get more Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters. Be a nice hardcover collection of War of the Bounty Hunters if they ever release that in that format. That would be awesome. I think I said that because of the art that was in the miniseries. Collecting issues 13 through 18. This is the Charles Soule run, and it's drawn by Ramon Rosanas. And we're getting Daredevil Epic Collection Dead Man's Hand. And this is collecting Daredevil 301 to 311, so we're in the DG Cheshire, I think it's what how I was told to pronounce it. I could be wrong. Annual number 8 is in there, so 301 to 311. Nomad 4 through 6, so it's the crossover with that. Punisher War Journal 45 through 47, and material from Marvel Holiday Special number 2. Tomb of Dracula, finally coming out with Volume 5 of the complete collection, collecting Tomb of Dracula 55 through 70, Stoker's Dracula 2 through 4, and material from Marvel Previews 12 and Savage Sword of Conan. He does not fight Conan. I think it's just that's where they used to publish a lot of the mature format magazine books. Once the Tomb of Dracula or the Dracula magazine got canceled. Spider-Man hardcover of Life Stories finally coming out that week. This is the oversized hardcover of Life Story, but also includes the annual. So this is Life Story 1 through 6, as well as annual number 1. I'll be doing an overview of this. The astonishing Melanie and I did or maybe she did the overview. I know I done an old reader, new reader of this, and it's just a phenomenal series we all fell in love with. Daredevil by Charles Soule, Omnibus, coming out. And this is the Phil Noto cover. So this is the standard edition cover that I was talking about earlier. Ecstatics, the complete collection, volume 2. My goodness, long time in the making, but finally coming out. Collecting Ecstatics 6 through 20, Wolverine, Dupe 1 and 2. The relationship between Wolverine and Dupe is just so over the top ridiculous, but I love it. X-Men Unlimited number 41. Material from X-Men Unlimited number 41. And Atlantis Attacks, the original epic, is coming out in trade paperback format, collecting all this different annuals. I love that they call it the original epic, because there was a new Atlantis Attacks. Just like there was a new Heroes Reborn. That's why they had to make that omnibus Heroes Reborn, the original epic. But not an omnibus reprint of Atlantis Attacks, but it's a printing of the Atlantis Attack trade paperback. From DC Comics, we have Batman Superman Archive of Worlds. So collecting Batman Superman, the latest series, 16 through 21 by Jean Luen Yang, and illustrations by Ivan Reis. Or Rice. That's right, Rice. Green Arrow, the Longbow Hunter Saga Omnibus Volume 2, finally coming out the last week, and hopefully it stays there, of December. And Superman Red and Blue, John Ridley, Brandon Easton, and Henry Clayton. Good to see Henry Clayton back in doing superheroes. Steve Lieber drawing some of the stuff. Collecting Superman Red and Blue. I remember when I first saw this, I saw no pictures, no content, and I got excited because I thought it was a continuation of the Superman Blue collection. That was when he turned lightning blue. Nobody wants that, right? It's horrible. Why do I want it? Because I'm a glutton for punishment, baby. And from the world of manga, Attack on Titan Omnibus Volume 2. This collects issues or volumes 4 through 6. So it's a 3-in-1. Blood on Tracks Volume 8 is coming out that very same week. And My Isekai Life. Now it's funny, like, isekai has kind of become a thing. So isekai is when somebody from the human world usually gets a young schoolgirl, usually, it could be anybody really, gets transported to a magical world. Alice in Wonderland. Think like that. That's what I mean when I say isekai, and that's what this is. The Dragon's Knights Beloved Volume 1 is coming out, so our very first volume, and the very first volume of the hero life of a mediocre demon. Love these titles, man. From Dark Horse Comics, we're going to get the Art of Android Universe. I assume it's just an art book? They've been publishing a lot of art books, but this is just one from maybe throughout the years? I don't know what it is, really. There's not a lot of details on it, but it looks really good. Transformers Back to the Future is coming out in trade paperback format from IDW Publishing. Canvas Scott and Juan Samu. Sure. Is that where the toy came from? With the flux capacitor on his chest? Can't remember his name. But there was a toy that Hasbro put out. A Man Among Ye, Volume 2 is coming out from Image Comics. And this is by Stephanie Phillips. I really dig that cover. Josh George is the main artist on that book. Excellence, trade paperback volume 2. This is Brandon Thomas and Kari Randolph and Emilio Lopez collecting Excellence 7 through 12 of that series. And Stillwater by Zdarsky and Perez. I really need to get this because I forgot about volume 1. You all have been recommending me that when I was doing my Hidden Gems. And Hidden Gems will be back this month, by the way. Probably the 3rd week of the month because next week will be, we'll start reading Superman. So this is Stillwater by Zdarsky and Perez. So it's Ramon Perez and Mike Spicer. This collects issues 7 through 12. And if you've been reading it, let me know because I haven't read that first volume yet. But you had me at Chip Zdarsky, and it's a horror story. A Thief Among the Trees, an Ember in the Ashes. This is an original graphic novel, limited edition is coming out. Looks like a gorgeous book. Basilisk, trade paperback volume 1, will be out that week. And this is published by Boom Studios as well. This is Cullen Bunn's latest series, collects all 4 issues. And I'm sure it's some kind of horror series because he loves doing that stuff. I don't know how that man sleeps. I don't know when he sleeps. Maybe he doesn't sleep. Altered Carbon, One Life, One Death hardcovers coming out that same day. So the last week of the month from Dynamite. And we're also getting Death to the Army of Darkness trade paperback from Dynamite Studios. So it's another collection of the Army of Darkness books that I was talking about. So it's interesting, like I said, some of the stuff, like, because I think it's Evil Dead, Dark Horse can publish, and then if it's Army of Darkness related, I guess it belongs to Dynamite. Perhaps it's like the Conan and Red Sonja deal. El Mestizo hardcover. And this is by Rebellion 2000 AD, Alan Hebden and Carlos Esquera. Oh, Carlos Esquera. He did a lot of work on Judge Dredd. So this is, man, that cover looks like Mobius. Looks awesome. El Mestizo. Wait, I'm a mestizo. So we call people like that have Spanish and Incan blood in them. Anyway, there's a little history lesson. George Harriman's Library, Crazy Ignatz, 1922 to 1924 is coming out. James Bond, Agent of Spectre. I'll be doing an overview of all these James Bond hardcovers. The hardcover of that is coming out that week. Those are published by Dynamite Studios. Hope this isn't a spoiler. Killing Red Sonja? Probably not. They can't kill her. I'm sure they'll bring her back. Kiss is getting into the zombie act with Kiss Zombies. Night Hunters. Trade paperbacks coming out from Dave Baker and Alexis Zirit. And this is a futuristic dystopian world of Venezuela 100 years in the future. The cover's what captivated me. This is from Floating World Comics. It's published by Floating World Comics. I've never heard of that. Rivers of London 4 through 6 box set is coming out, and that looks like based on a book series. I'm not sure, but it's published by Titan Comics, and the box set of that is coming out that last week of December. Spirit Hunters Volume 1 is coming out, and this is a book by Zenoscope. Zenoscope are the ones that did the Grimm Fairy Tales. I think Alice in Wonderland. But this is collecting all 12 issues. They do these big, thick trades, like compendium-sized trades. 13 Mystery, graphic novel volume 2. And that is the Roman numeral 13, not the number 13, in case you're keeping tabs. But digging that cover, this is Eric Corberian and Philippe Berthet. So it's during the Soviet times. This is published by Cinebooks. They do some wonderful stuff. They're the ones that did the, what is it, City of a Thousand Planets, the Valerian comic book series. And to wrap up the entire year with Vamp Blade, Volume 12, Climax Royale. Vamp Blade is how we're wrapping it up. Don't forget to check out our sponsor if you're interested in purchasing these books. CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They pride themselves on packaging your books so they arrive safely in an excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. Check out the bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. CGN is excited to announce that they are now taking pre-orders. They're making it easier for you to ensure that you don't miss out on the hottest releases. CGN is currently running a special promotion for you Minties. If you're a first-time customer, let them know that you were referred by near mint condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. This promotion is valid for U.S. customers only. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount and quality shipping and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was it. That was the list for December of 2021. This is how we're going to end the year. Don't forget to come back on Sunday. Come back every day. I'm here every day. Saturday will be the live stream Q&A. Every Saturday I do it at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sunday I'll do my top 10 most anticipated, most wanted, or recommended buys, essential buys. List. It's hard to do because I have to break this list down and just choose 10. And then at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll have Nick, the owner of Dynamite Comics, with me, and we'll be doing a auction and collected edition sale. It's something he wanted to try out, and I'm very happy to have him on. And then you all can ask him about The Boys hardcover. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and ring that bell for notifications. We are on Spreadshop and on Patreon, and thank you so much to our existing patrons. Could not be making videos like this without you all. Great ways to support the channel if you can do so. And everyone, stay healthy and stay safe out there. Much love.